Just going to make a quick video about taper and how everyone's feeling. All I can do is really tell you my experiences over the years building up to big races and things like that. And for me, the week or 2 weeks before it is probably a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. So as you know, as triathletes, we're so active all the time. There's always that next session to get better, or next big cycle to get prepared. You always have week after week after week, and then with taper, all of a sudden, the race that we've been waiting on, the date is there. There's no more time left to get prepared. You just have to be prepared no matter what, and that can cause a bit of unease and a bit of nervousness and you're a bit scared and things like that. So as he says, sometimes emotions come up that you probably haven't felt in years. It says in our life, usually we're at a job that we're good at, or we will eventually be really good at. We're surrounded by people that love us, that very rarely criticise us. Again, they always tell us we're good at things. That's what people do when they like you and they love you. So I think with taper, when you come into it and you can see the races this weekend or the following weekend, as he said, emotions start coming up of maybe feeling scared, maybe feeling anxious, maybe feeling nervous. And he says we probably haven't felt them emotions since we were young kids, especially when it's your first few tapers. You feel vulnerable, you start doubting yourself. So again, rather than trying to block all the emotions out, you just take them in. I always say to people, enjoy the emotions of taper. Again, as he said, they're probably not emotions that we haven't felt in 10, 15, 20 years, where you honestly felt scared of something. As he says, we build a life now that we probably try to keep away from things that scare us, and then that's not involved in our life, and we just build a life around things, as he says, we're good at, we're well capable of doing, we feel calm doing them. So again, that's why we sign up for endurance triathlons and any big challenges really, because you're not too sure what will happen on the day. And as he said, these emotions sometimes can give you sleepless nights and things like that. And I went through my first few tapers where I really was overthinking things and saying, right, was me training good enough? Why did I miss that week's training? Like I could have done better, I could have done bigger bikes, I could have done more swims. If you had the perfect, absolute 100% perfect program all the way up to taper, you'd be still feeling them emotions, especially on your first couple of tapers. And even I'm this is my 6th year going into it now, and I'm still feeling, oh, am I ready? Am I this? Did I do enough? And things like that. It's all so natural, overthinking when you're sleeping at night. But as he says, we probably haven't. What triathlon does for me is strips you right back to the bone. So at the minute, if you're new to taper, you probably feel vulnerable. You probably haven't felt like that since you were a young kid. Really vulnerable, like the situation is out of your hands. But again, sometimes you need to strip yourself right back and complete a challenge to grow as a person and an athlete. So as he says, the emotional roller coaster is the big part of triathlon for me. I've always said it, that the race itself is only a victory lap to show your friends and family how well your training was, or how bad your training was. You just have to suck it up and take whether it was a good training camp or a bad training camp. But with every emotion, the only way I counterbalance it is, if I feel I haven't done enough, I just tell myself, if I feel my training camp wasn't good enough, I'll just tell myself, well, I'm going to turn up in the day and see was it good enough or not. If I feel scared, all you say to yourself is the same thing. Yeah, I am a little bit scared. Don't try block out now. Say, I am a little bit scared, but I'm still going to turn up in the day and give me best shot. It's all about just telling your emotions that they're not going to get the better of you, and you're actually just going to turn up on the day, no matter what way you feel the week before, the night before, the 2 weeks before. But you're definitely going to turn up on the day. You're nearly trying to counterbalance it. So you're nearly trying to tell your emotions, you might as well stop trying to make me feel vulnerable or scared, because no matter what you make me feel, I'm going to turn up on the day and give it my best shot no matter what. We've came too far to only come this far. That's what you really have to keep on telling yourself. All your emotions is coming from your imagination. So if you're feeling a little scared, you're thinking about the race and you're thinking about hills and you're over exaggerating it. If you're feeling anxious, you're thinking about it. So you nearly need to try, just realise that them thoughts are going to be there. You're going to feel vulnerable, you're going to feel scared, you're going to feel anxious, you're going to feel nervous. but you're just counterbalancing that by telling yourself and telling them exact thoughts, or whatever way I feel, I'm going to turn up on that day, I'm going to get in the water, I'm going to complete the swim, complete the bike, complete the run, and show you, you're nearly talking to your thoughts, and show you, no matter what way you make me feel, I'm still going to turn up on the day and give me best shot. Because as he says, we've came this far to only come this far. Enjoy it. Open up to the emotions. This is the buzz of it. You're a grown adult and you're feeling these feelings that you probably haven't felt since you're a kid. And that's the journey of it. And that's when, after this race, you'll be a better person from it. Because you feel now that you can deal with fear. You can deal with being scared. You can deal with negative thoughts. You can deal with a bit of anxiety in any other aspect of your life. So all them things, you'll start putting yourself in situations where, rather than, as he said, we built a little bubble, a little world for ourselves to keep all them feelings away. Now all of a sudden your world will open up and you'll start trying to look to be a bit scared again. Look to be a bit vulnerable with new challenges in family, in work and in life. Look to be frightened again. Not obviously really, really frightened, but you won't be blocking them out, that little bubble. And then all of a sudden your world will open up to new experiences. And you're saying, well, I dealt with that in the triathlon situation. I can deal with that in my life. As he says, it is a really emotional time for me and Taper, and I love it. Even making this video, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. The good thing for me as a coach is I'm after seeing loads of people's why they're doing it. We have the best group so far in Kyofi with numbers and clients, if I'm totally honest. And as a coach and in a special situation I know each individual as a person and why they're doing this race, where you probably just know each other as a team and you're all there at the same reason. So you're probably thinking everyone's just here just to turn up and race, and I'm the only one feeling scared and vulnerable, and everyone's feeling that way. But as he says, I know there's a few whys out there of why people is doing the race, why they're doing it, whether it's for personal growth, whether it's for loved ones, whether it's for people not with us anymore. And there's an absolute few amazing stories that hopefully after Waterville we can all be clued into, and that gives me inspiration to make videos like this and to try push you on and get you through Taper and turn up on the day and give you your best shot. And all your stories will give me inspiration on the day to push as hard as I can and get across that finish line, and then go and enjoy the day with everyone else, whether they're across the finish line before me or whether they're still out on the track. So as he said, embrace all the feelings. The worst thing you can do with feelings is try block them out, because then they're getting the better of you and building you up. They build up inside you. So if you're a bit scared and you're brushing it away and trying to do loads of stuff to try block out that feeling, it's winning. It's just building up and it's building up. And then all of a sudden when you lie there in bed at night and you've nothing to do to block it out, all that scared emotion, all that anxiety, all that stress is coming towards you. So if you're sitting there and you're reading a book, if you're having something to eat and you feel a bit anxious, accept it. Say, yeah, I'm anxious. I'm putting myself into a situation that I've never been before, and I'm not even sure that I can complete. But I tell you what, on the day, I'm going to turn up, I'm going to be confident, I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to give it my best shot. And then when you start telling yourself that and feeding yourself with that positive energy to try block out all the negative stuff eases away. I'm not saying it goes, but it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's like, why are we wasting time feeding this negative stuff to this person when they're actually taking it inside them and just feeding us back positivity? So again, enjoy the experience. Even making this video for me has brought emotions up of when I was forced on tapers and that. And as he said, them feelings never go, and I'd never want them to go. It's not a big challenge in front of you if you don't feel them feelings. So enjoy feedback in the video, and if you need to watch this a few times over the next couple of days, feel free. We are Kyofi.